Well, it's now time to look at the headlines on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. First with me here is the first news. The big story here says, police defend operation despite widespread criticism. That's on the NLC complex raid. Says raided floor used by suspects threatening Nigeria's democracy. And a picture story here shows President Bola Tinubu on Monday at the State House, Abuja, commissioning the 20 hybrid power CNG buses donated by depots and Petroleum Products Marketers Association of Nigeria. Stop exploiting Kano's detention for political gains, IPOB warns Igbo leaders. Another story here says Ekiti monarch cuts food prices, bans traders' unions. Shaibu announces resumption. The government brands him imposter. President Tinubu launches 30 CNG buses in Abuja. Atiku Tinubu says Tinubu has shown no readiness to solve Nigeria's problems. WAEC releases 2024 results. Some stories on the front page of the first news to the Daily Times. Why we raided the second floor of the NLC complex. That's according to the police. Rather, there says a raid unconnected to recent #End Bad Governance nationwide protest. Police to sustain protection of rights, promotion of youth welfare. That's according to the Inspector General of Police. And President Tinubu to the new head of service. That's Mrs. Esther Didi Wilson-Jack, serve Nigeria civil service with integrity. WAEC withholds 215,267 results over alleged malpractice. Says schools, supervisors, teachers, candidates perpetrating malpractice not helping educational system. Another story here says immigration launches investigation into viral passport tearing incident at the Lagos airport. That's what we discussed earlier. Federal government gives auditors 8 weeks to complete payments on the National Housing Program. Some stories on the front page of the Daily Times to the Punch. Federal governors reach 3-month agreement on local government allocations. Government worried about 1990 era when local government could not pay teachers workers' salaries. Protest, inflation top, as Council of States meets today. Marketers project 600 naira per litre for Dangote petrol. Police move suspect to Abuja, plan sedition charges for those who flew the Russian flag. Mohbad's family opposes late singer's anniversary event. Another story here says revenue-generating agencies failed to remit 4 trillion naira. Some stories on the front page of the Punch to this Nigeria. Federal government rolls out 30 CNG buses in Abuja. Says it's economic necessity all Nigerians must embrace. Each bus to transport 100 persons daily with alternative to diesel usage. Shatima blames underdevelopment enough on a leadership. We struck at NLC building to fish out terrorists hiding there. The writer there says suspect has multiple foreign identities, including British, Russian citizenship. Dismisses hunting. Labour leaders over protest fight for minimum wage. 873 kidnapped and robbery suspects nabbed in Kano. In Edo State, I have resumed duties as deputy governor, says Shaibu. You cannot return. You are an imposter. Government replies. Interesting. Some stories on the front page of this Nigeria to the Daily Independent. CNG for transport and economic necessity, President Tinubu says, as he commissioned buses to ease commuters' transport needs. Federal government vows to crack down on contractors over school building collapse. Another story here says police cutting off Rivers APP secretariats after explosives attack. Opposition urges investigations, demand perpetrators' arrest. Wike's man, Okocha, vows to challenge ruling, sacking Rivers APC CTC. No one can push us out of the party. Abandoned projects in Nigeria stand at over 17 trillion naira. That's according to a report by the Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria. The government says Shaibu impersonating the deputy governor after he resumed office. Some stories on the front page of Daily Independent. To the blueprint, once again, President Tinubu commissions 30 CNG-powered buses, says it is the road to prosperity, assures energy innovation will solve cost, enhance productivity. Lagos-Kaduna leading sorry debts spent 139.92 billion naira in the first quarter of 2024. Equity market opens in bearish run, shed 411 billion naira. Dangote refinery petrol will still hit markets in August. Abandoned projects in Nigeria stand at over 17 trillion naira, according to the CIPMN. Some stories on the front page of the blueprint. To the Nation newspaper. Alleged 5.4 billion shares, CBN FBN Holdings asks court to dismiss the Beacon Capital suit. Rufai's ex-advisor on watch list over 11 billion naira projects. 72% makes 5 credits above in WAEC examination, while St. Jack takes hold of office as head of Civil Service of the Federation. Some stories on the front page of the Nation. Theophilus.
Yeah, with me, I'll start with the metrics. It says here, IYD, Tinubu unveils plans for Nigerian youth, reiterates commitments to supporting youth-driven digital economy, reps vow to give issues affecting youth utmost priority, or attention rather, prioritize welfare of our youth. Atiku Obi tells Tinubu, fuel subsidy, Tinubu commissions first set of CNG buses, Edo, reinstated Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu resumes office, Tinubu swears in new head of service, Wilson Jack. Marketers target 600 naira per litre for Dangote petrol. Tinubu needs political will to give Nigeria a new constitution, says Ozekome. We move now to the pointer. It says debt servicing. Delta PDP slams APC over unwise criticism. UNICEF raises alarm over increasing out-of-school children in Nigeria. DTSG moves to avert capital flight in tech sector. Daily News Hub says Edo crisis. Obaseki Shaibu set for fresh showdown. As Shaibu resumes as deputy governor, directs staff to report for duty. Obaseki kicks. Edo government accuses Shaibu of impersonating deputy governor. Obaseki's claims spurious, says Shaibu. Finally, Olubadan crowns ex-Governor Ladoja as Olakulehin performs first official duty. Dangote refinery, Ugochinyeri's attempts to rubbish NNPCL's carriers should be resisted, Ohaneze tells reps. Police trails Sudan crisis-linked suspect to Labour House, says IG. Rivers APP Secretariat bombed amid Fubara's rumored defection plan. Tinubu inaugurates CNG buses at Aso Rock Villa. WAEC releases 2024 WASC results. How to check your results. That's in the Daily News Hub this morning. The Vanguard newspaper is saying here, distress as harsh economy forces shutdown of over 50 firms. 80% others in low capacity utilization. Over 100,000 employees thrown into job market. Labour begs federal government to intervene. Shaibu resumes as Edo deputy governor. Southeast monarchs, clergy decry ethnic profiling of Igbo. Catholic bishops to federal government save Nigeria from multidimensional poverty. Will engage market leaders to check exploitative price, says FCCPC. These and many more in the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Salient Times says how 9 oil-producing states shared 341 billion naira derivation funds in 6 months, says NBS. Delta received the highest allocation, totaling 113.78 billion naira. Akwa Ibom got 70.01 billion. Abia got 3 billion. 14-year-old boy beheaded for money ritual by friend's cleric had to be used for taking pap. Man killed, hand cut off as rival cults clash in Ogun State. Tinubu commissions CNG buses at Presidential Villa. Shoaibu announces resumption as Deputy Governor. Protest, Governor Yusuf lifts curfew on Kano State. The Voice of Liberty says here, NNPCL in massive 2 trillion naira fuel subsidy scam. Report alleges it's a lie, says state government. Protest, Governor Yusuf lifts curfew on Kano. IOC's exits offers opportunity for increased participation of local oil firms, says Oando. The commissions 20 CNG buses at Presidential Villa. Food security. Ubasani floods Kaduna with 15,000 metric tons of free fertilizers for farmers. The Guardian says federal government may miss 2025 targets as 136 million Nigerians lack internet access. Tinubu rolls out locally made CNG buses to ease transportation. Court throws out application to bar Nigerians from further protest against hunger. Nigeria-bound vessels pay $620 million war risk insurance premium. Shoaibu resumes as Edo State Deputy Governor. NYC invalidates certificates of 101 UNICAS graduates. Labour vows to picket states on failure to implement new minimum wage. The platform times finally from my end. It says special report, medical negligence ruins Lautech graduate's future. Medical missteps leave my only child's health in risk. That's according to the mother. No medical negligence in our hospital, says PRO. Confusion, anxiety in Ogun State as WAEC seizes WASC certificates over indebtedness. Shoaibu resumes as Edo Deputy Governor, alleges assassination attempt. Otedola donates 5 million naira, pledges scholarship to parents of quadruplets. IGP justifies raid on NLC headquarters, cites national security concerns. We'll have this and many more in the Platform Times newspaper this morning.
All right, Theophilus, I'm sure our viewers have been informed on major stories making the front pages of the dailies. Of course, you can get a copy of that at any newspaper stand. But, you know, there are a few stories that interest me this morning. The federal government, governors reach a 3-month agreement on local government allocations. But very recently, the federal government also rolled out 30 CNG buses in Abuja, says it is an economic necessity all Nigerians must embrace. Also at a time where we're trying our best to move away from dependence on fossil fuel and also focus on, you know, the use of gas rather than petrol and other things that, apart from the fact that it has its economic implication, also has its health implication. So this is a good initiative, apart from some of the initiatives that were also, you know, highlighted in the president's speech as regards cushioning some of the effects of the subsidy removal, so to speak, and also, you know, to douse the tension, which to an extent we will say has relatively been low.
So using the CNG, it makes a lot of sense, though. There are CNG stations now more than before, so you can just drive in a matter of possibly a day or two, you get your car converted to CNG usage, and you use. I mean, to get to use the CNG is quite cost effective because in local parlance, 1 kg is about 200-300 naira. So imagine having like maybe 10-20 kg in your car, and you're using it. You know the amount you're going to pay. If you can, you know, in the past when you're driving, you go for you to get the filling station and you say top up or fill up. But now a lot of people are not really doing fill up. So when you convert to CNG, you can easily fill up and continue your journey, and it's quite cheaper than fuel.
And it seems, so I heard, it's quite easy to, you know, change from the use of fuel. I mean, having to, you know, convert it from the use of fuel.
It's very
and this bus, provided by the president, is also meant to transport about 100 persons daily with alternative to diesel usage. Well, that's in Abuja.
That's in Abuja.
So we're expecting that in Lagos here.
But Ogun State has been using CNG.
Yes, we have seen a few buses from Ogun State. But that's a fine place to leave it for now.